You are a broken bargaining chip. You're not a person. Not to them. You are a variable in an equation. An asset to be weighed, a cost to be calculated, a risk to be managed. And right now, your value on their ledger is pitifully low, not because you are worthless, but because you have negotiated your own worth into the ground. You think relationships are about connection. You think loyalty is reciprocal. You think hard work is its own reward. You are bargaining with emotions in a market that trades only in leverage. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you devalue your time. Every time you tolerate disrespect to keep the peace, you devalue your dignity. Every time you work late without being asked, you devalue your labor. Every time you reveal your need for them, you devalue your independence. You have been sitting at the negotiating table of your own life, with your cards face up, begging them to make you an offer. And they have. It's always the same offer. Take less. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to teach rulers to be fair. He wrote it to teach them how to win the negotiation before it even begins. He understood that power is not taken. It is negotiated, and the terms are set by whoever controls the perception of value. You have been losing every negotiation in your career, your relationships, your self-respect, because you have forgotten the first rule of any deal. He who cares the least dictates the terms. It's time to take your seat at the table, not as a supplicant, but as the architect of the deal. It's time to learn the art of pre-negotiation. If you're ready to stop being the compromise and start being the condition, let's begin. The law of unshakable flaws. The first and fatal mistake you make is negotiating from a position of need. You need the job, the relationship, the approval. Need is a scent, and predators can smell it from miles away. It tells them your bottom line is flexible. It tells them you can be pushed. Before you ever speak a term, you must establish your unshakable flaw. This is the non-negotiable boundary beneath which you will not go, and more importantly, beneath which you will not even entertain an offer. Your flaw is not a list of demands. It is a state of being. It is the quiet, internal knowledge that you will walk away. Not as a bluff, but as a genuine peaceful preference for zero over a bad deal. How to pour your concrete. Define your walkaway scenario viscerally. For your job, if they ask me to work another weekend without compensation, I will finish the day, clean out my desk and never return. I have 6 months of expenses saved. I will drive for Uber while I find something better. I'm okay with this. Feel the peace of that scenario, not the fear, the peace. When you are truly at peace with walking away, it radiates from you as calm, not desperation. Anchor your flaw in action, not words. You don't announce your flaw, you demonstrate it. A colleague habitually dumps their work on you. The next time they try, you say, "I can't take that on. My priorities are set." Then you go back to your work. You do not explain, apologize, or offer alternatives. You simply hold the line. The action is the negotiation. Your willingness to say no to a small thing proves your willingness to walk away from a big thing. Let the first offer die in silence. They finally make an offer. It's below your flaw. This is the critical moment. You do not counter. You do not get angry. You become physiologically still. You look at the offer, then slowly raise your eyes to meet theirs. You say nothing. You let the terrible, awkward silence declare, "You have just insulted me, and I am considering whether you are worth another second of my time." Most people will crack and improve their own offer before you've said a word. Your unshakable flaw isn't what you want. It's what you're willing to accept from yourself. When that floor is set in the concrete of your soul, every negotiation starts 10 feet above where it used to. The tactic of strategic ambiguity. Information is leverage. The more they know about what you want, why you want it, and what you're willing to sacrifice for it, the more precisely they can lowball you. You have been an open book of desires. You've told them your dream job, your ideal timeline, your financial fears. You gave them the blueprint to manipulate you. From now on, you must become a master of strategic ambiguity. Your wants, your plans, your vulnerabilities become state secrets. The fog you must generate on your motivations. They ask, why do you want this promotion? Wrong answer, I need the money for my family, and I've dreamed of this role for years. Right answer, I'm interested in new challenges and seeing where I can deliver the most value. Vague, professional, unrevealing. On your options, they think they're your only option. You must let them know, without saying it, that they are not. Drop a harmless, unverifiable illusion. It's an interesting market right now. I've been focused on where I can make the biggest impact. I'm evaluating a few paths. You're not lying. You are speaking a deeper truth. I am not a prisoner of this moment with you. On your deadline, never reveal urgency. Need creates weakness. If they ask, when do you need an answer by? You respond, I'm proceeding with my planning. Let's circle back. When you have a firm offer on the table, you transfer the pressure back to them. The clock is now in their head, not yours. Be a pleasant, polite fog bank. They can see you're there, but they cannot see your shape, your size, or what weapons you have hidden inside. A man they cannot fully see is a man they cannot confidently lowball. The principle of calibrated consequences. In every negotiation, there is a silent question being asked. What happens if this person says no to me? For you, the answer has always been nothing. There were no consequences for disrespecting you, for wasting your time, for offering you less. You always came back. You always forgave. You always accepted. This is why you lost. You trained them that your no had no teeth. You must now introduce calibrated consequences. A consequence is not a threat. A threat is emotional, noisy, and weak. A consequence is logical, quiet, and automatic. It is the inevitable result of a crossed boundary, as predictable as gravity. Engineering gravity. The consequence must be inevitable, not emotional. Do not say, if you're late again, I'll be really pissed. Threat. Instead, the next time they're late, you say nothing. You simply leave after waiting 10 minutes. When they call, you text. Assumed your schedule changed. Mine is tight. Let's reschedule when you can be on time. The consequence you're leaving is logical, not emotional. It flows from their action. It must be proportionate and cold. A vendor delivers a shoddy product once. You give clear, written feedback. They do it twice. You silently, without drama, begin the process of finding a new vendor. When you have one lined up, you inform them their services are no longer required. No anger, no lecture, just the cold, calculated replacement of a broken part. This is terrifyingly professional. You must be willing to enforce the nuclear option. The ultimate consequence is permanent removal. You must be willing to fire the client, end the friendship, quit the job, walk away from the deal. Not in a huff, but with the serene finality of a judge passing a sentence. The knowledge that you are capable of this, and that you will do it calmly, is what makes all your smaller consequences credible. Your power in a negotiation is not determined by what you ask for. It is determined by what they believe will happen if they say no. Calibrate those consequences. Make them cold, logical, and utterly real. The final deal. When you master these principles, the negotiation ends before it begins. They will sit across from you and feel the unshakable floor beneath you. They will try to read you and find only strategic ambiguity. They will test a boundary and meet a calibrated consequence. And in that moment, the dynamic will invert. You will no longer be the variable in their equation. They will become a variable in yours. You are no longer a broken ship begging to be cashed in. You are the banker. You are the house. And a house always wins. Stop bargaining for your worth, start building the table, then set the terms.